Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. Today, we're taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness in the Alpine green, exclusive color to the Wilderness Crosstrek, along with Geyser Blue. This is the most off-road oriented Crosstrek that Subaru offers. You've obviously got some different exterior claddings, but you also have increased ground clearance from 8.7 inches to 9.3. So not an absolutely massive difference, but it is very different when it comes to being off-road. At the front, we have an exclusive front end on the Wilderness Crosstrek, exclusive front grille. We have our anodized copper tow hook indicators. So behind those, you pop them off and you can screw in the eye bolt that comes with the factory. We've got the forward-facing 6 LED Gatling gun style fog lights, which you find on the Wilderness Forester and Outback as well. And of course, we have the same smaller, more aggressively styled headlights, including high beam assist that you find on all the other Crosstreks. We do also have that matte black hood decal sticker, whatever you guys want to call it, and that is designed to reduce glare from there into the driver's face. I didn't think it would actually work, but it does actually make a fairly significant difference. It's powered by a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder Boxer engine, 182 horsepower, and with the revised gear ratio of 411, it's very, very snappy, especially off the line. That's a big difference from the standard gear ratio. Now, this front bumper also has increased approach angle, and they've done that by notching out the front, which is a smart choice on Subaru's part, in my opinion. You get more aggressive cladding around the wheel arches, and of course, 17-inch matte black painted wheels, and you get Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain tires. So it is definitely a more aggressive tire than your standard all-season, but it's not the most aggressive all-terrain out there. They are 3-peak mountain snowflake rated, legal for every road in BC year-round. We have additional cladding along the bottom of the Crosstrek, and you'll notice the increased cladding areas are typically areas that get beat up by stone, sticks, rocks, that sort of thing. High wear areas, Wilderness badge, non-painted mirror caps, and of course we got anodized copper ends for the roof rails on the tie downs. So just the front and the rear, the middle portion they've left black. We do get a tilt and slide sunroof. Give you that side profile. You can see even on the rear door there that the fender extends onto the rear door. Our fuel door is, of course, rear passenger side. Pop it open. When you click lock, a pin shoots out, locks in this little hole right here, and just runs regular 87. You can run mid or high if you'd like, but not necessarily going to see any meaningful gains from that. Rear 3/4 view of the Crosstrek is my favorite. I know it's kind of in the shade on this side. Still my favorite. I love those rear tail lights. New style taillights that you see on all the 24s. They wrap the vehicle. I think it's a very nice color choice. That red and black that Subaru's done, I really like. And I know rear 3/4 in general is my favorite view, but I think the rear view of the Crosstrek in general is my favorite. I love that rear bumper. I love the increased departure angle. So versus the standard Crosstrek, the bumper, again, kind of notched out, coming off things, you're less likely to rip your bumper off. Anodized copper tow hook indicators, same thing, just as the front. We have Subaru debossed into the rear bumper, kind of like you see on some of the F-150s, the Tacomas. Customer opted to get 2-inch receiver, includes 4-pin wiring, and these will tow up to 3,000 pounds when properly equipped, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But that gear ratio and the transmission cooler really help. We have our backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper, and they will actually apply the brakes if things are going to hit something between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour in reverse. Blacked out badging. Rubber switch between these two stars in the Constellation. That's how you open it. We do also have a button right there. That's so you can set a PIN code. You can find the video for that elsewhere on my channel. I'll put the link to that in the video description. And there's a lot more room behind the second row seats in the Crosstrek than people expect. Very tall, wide, and deep. Get the Wilderness cargo tray, which is rather unique. There's quite a lip on this cargo tray, and you'll contain spills, wet clothes, dirty clothes very easily. We've got cup/bottle holders on both sides for tailgating. After hiking or camping, you want to have a beer, you can sit on the back of your Crosstrek where there's this nice little mountain motif, or a soda if you're not of legal drinking age, and place to put it, less likely to spill. Underneath the tray, false floor, spare tire, and tools. That's the eye bolt for those anodized copper tow hooks. We have grocery bag hooks on either side. A nice halogen cargo light that'll either manually be shut off or you can shut it off when you close the hatch. And a privacy cover. It's everything from the top of the seats down, which is very nice. This is easy to remove as well. It's just a telescopic piece. You can see it actually gives you the arrows there, the indicators, and you can pull that out. If you need additional storage, lift and push. And of course, it depends how far back those front seats are, but you can dramatically increase the amount of storage you have in a Crosstrek just by folding the seats down. Easy close hatch in the sun. I really like this green. I'm a huge fan of the Alpine. I think in the Wilderness, this is probably my favorite color. I think it would look great on an Outback as well. But I do like that they've done this as an exclusive color in addition to the geyser blue. But yeah, looks great, especially in the sun. Now, second row, storage room in a Crosstrek is great, way more than people expect. Passenger room's the same sort of situation. Seats go up very easy. And you've got a dark headliner, which is nice, and you've got lots of room for passengers. I'm a bigger guy. I fit comfortably in the second row, even with this front seat all the way back. Of course, if it's reclined ridiculously, that's different. Now, the seating material in the Crosstrek Wilderness is not leather, is not cloth. It is StarTech, soft touch, all-weather upholstery. Subaru-made product, 20% recycled plastic. The rest is synthetic. It's kind of like a neoprene. Easy to clean, very soft. I actually find these seats more comfortable than others, and I think it's just because this material has a little bit more cushion to it. It's thicker. Latch system, lower anchors, tethers for children. Fold down armrest with integrated cup holders. It goes up very, very easy. We have 2 USB ports to keep everyone connected on those longer trips. We've got a matte back pocket on the rear of the front passenger seat. This is textured and is designed to be used as a step if you're loading something on crossbars for the roof rails. They want you standing on that instead of the tire because, one, the tire sits inside the fender. You're not gonna get as much of your foot on there. And if I'm standing on the tire and I go straight up here, I'm pretty much right at the back of the roof rack system. So anything I've got mounted, I'll be leaning and potentially putting myself in an awkward position where I could hurt myself or fall. Subaru's all about safety. Now, right by that, we've got that little black notch. That is what this extra side impact crash safety bar, that silver post right there, locks into. Subaru's all about safety. That's designed to reduce the chance of intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a collision. Soft armrest, very, very soft armrest. Highlight stitching, a little bit of storage with a bottle holder. We've got our window switch. Child locks are easily accessible if you need those. Solid sounding thud when you close the doors. Not like a tin can like some of the vehicles out there. Front door card looks very, very similar, except this is soft touch. The material, the door card material itself is soft touch in addition to the armrest. Front 2 windows are auto power windows, regular power windows for the second row. Window lock, power mirror adjustment. We have a little bit more storage with the bottle holder. We've got our rear diff warning light. What to do if the rear diff light comes up, means you're overheating it. We get the upgraded Harman Kardon 10 speaker system in the Wilderness. Great sound system. The front seat, it's a power seat including lumbar, and it's the same seating material up front. That's StarTech as it is in the second row, just with Wilderness embossed on the headrest, which is kind of cool. And like I said, I find these seating material very comfortable, but these Crosstrek seats, they're designed to reduce fatigue over longer driving distances. Phenomenal seats. If you have a chance to sit in one for any extended period of time, I think you will probably find it to be the same as I think it's great. Wilderness models, we always put these mats in, pull them out before delivery. Wilderness mats, and they actually lock into place, which is pretty cool. Inside, and I may actually the sun glare's not terrible right now. So on the steering wheel, leather wrap steering wheel, anodized copper stitching, anodized copper highlight. Left-hand side, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls, so you can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music, issue voice commands, hang up, switch from AM to FM to satellite to USB, etc. Music sources, switch between presets. This toggle used to do volume. It's now left to right. I always catch myself on test drives playing with this, trying to turn the volume down, and I am really just changing my small screen up here. That gives me different information depending how I want to or what I want to look at. And you do get those anodized copper rimmed gauges. That is exclusive to the Wilderness. We do have paddles, downshift and upshift if we want to manually select our own gears. And then on the right-hand side, we have adaptive cruise and lane centering. Now, both of those systems use these 3 black boxes, those color stereo EyeSight cameras, to look for cyclists, road lines, pedestrians, and other vehicles. They're also responsible for automatic emergency braking, which actually saves you 10% on your basic insurance here in BC. So these 3 boxes, they're cameras, they're looking left, right, they're looking for things. And actually, speaking of looking, the visibility in the Crosstrek, I think it's great. Like, I think it's got great windows, virtually no blind spots. We do have blind spot detection indicators. So right there, little nub, and you'll have that on the passenger side as well. It will illuminate like so, orange, when someone's in your blind spot, or going to be. Now, it is very faint. We're kind of facing into the sun here, but once you know it's there, it is on a black mirror surface. It's easy to see, which I like. Now, back to the adaptive cruise and the lane centering that we were talking about. When I turn it on, I get an image of the Crosstrek there, and there's 4 bars ahead of it. That's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise. 4 bars, 100 kilometers an hour, roughly 150 to 180 feet. I can decrease the follow distance. I can follow closer to someone's bumper if I want by pressing this down arrow, and it decreases the bars. If I press the up arrow just above it, increases it, decreases it. 4 bars in the north is what I recommend. Now, lane centering, steering wheel, turn that on, you get image of the steering wheel there. Above 60 kilometers an hour, if the cameras can see the road lines, those gray lines will illuminate the same way as those distance markers. When that happens, if I get close to a line, it's going to give me gentle steering input to keep me off the line. While using cruise, it's more aggressive and it keeps you centered. It'll help take you through corners. You're not hands-free. Do not take your hands off the wheel. We're not Tesla. It gets mad at you. We have intelligent and sport drive modes. So intelligence, what it defaults to for everyday driving. Sport, you go faster, sooner. You can see that yellow line's a little bit more aggressive than the intelligent line. Sorry, we're getting a little bit of sun direct on the camera there, guys. Sport, intelligent. So you're gonna go faster, sooner. We do have heated steering wheel. Faint orange light when you turn it on. Gets your steering wheel cooking. Bottom left of the steering column. Tilt, telescopic. Get to adjust it to how you like to sit. Lock it up, it is stiff. Got an 11.6 inch touchscreen here. And you know what? There is a decent amount of glare. I'm actually just gonna turn this around. I'll be right back. And I'm back, guys. So 3 portions to this 11.6 inch. Top portion, we've got what we're listening to. And if you press on it, it just takes you to radio. If I press the arrow over, we've got widgets, or gauges. We can change them to pretty much whatever we'd like. Weather's part of your satellite radio trial. You gain access to dual function X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup. You have to be going under 20 kilometers an hour to engage. You've got snow and dirt, rough terrain mode, downhill descent control. And then we have deep snow and mud, which also helps deactivate traction control so you can get excess wheel spin to chew you out. Main portion of the screen, we've got physical volume and tuning knobs, radio, media, and phone, which makes sense. Media is anything that isn't built into the vehicle, USB, Bluetooth, anything along those lines. Little open envelope always takes you home. Under apps, we have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Very easy to use. You gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name. When you put it in reverse, backup camera pops up, shows you the top of the bumper so you have something to relate to. Rear assist braking's on, parking sensors are on. You can clean the backup camera by twisting and holding this towards yourself. I'm not going to do that just because this was recently cleaned and the new owners are coming for it in not too long. We've got home. We have the ability to disable auto start stop. Auto vehicle hold. Great brake holder for construction drive through rush hour traffic. Under the vehicle, we've got access to vehicle control, driving assistance settings, more settings. You can hook up additional phones, up to 5 in total, and you can set different driver profiles if you would like. Lower portion, we've got our climate controls. We do still have physical buttons on either side, and it goes up and down in 0.5 degree increments, or I can click on the screen, I can click, I can drag, I can sync it. Easy to do. Control where I want my airflow. If I want AC, max AC, recirc, lots of options. I can turn off the climate being directed to the rear, so it's just the front. I've got big fan strength buttons. And now something that's different in the Crosstrek versus the rest of the lineup with this 11.6 inch touchscreen, they haven't done the heated seats in the screen, they're physical switches. I'll get to those in a second. Down here, we've got 2 USBs, an auxiliary, 10-watt wireless charger. So this is a quick charger. Your phone is gonna get warm while using it. That is to be expected, that's normal. Automatic CVT with manual mode. I mentioned those paddles earlier. Use that. Heated seat switches, high and low for both driver and passenger. Easy to turn on if you leave them turned on and you use the My Subaru connected services to remote start your vehicle. They will turn on as well. Park brake is electronic. If your foot is not on the brake and you push down, it doesn't go off. And up here, it actually says to press the brake pedal. Foot on the brake, push down. And it's something important to note. You'll notice that this A is in orange. I have deactivated start stop. I've deactivated, I've reactivated it. So essentially on Subaru's dash, if something is in orange, that is something is disabled or caution. So if anything's turned off, it'll pop up, it'll say off. And I'm going to turn off something else here under driving assistance. Let's turn off the lane departure. Let's just turn that off. And now it says lane sway is turned off. So that's another example there. So pretty much anything in orange means something is deactivated, just something to pay attention to. Now, along with the switches here, we've got 2 offset cup holders and drink raisers. So the idea behind this, and they started in the Outback with one that about twice as thick because those cup holders are super deep. If you have a very short drink, small drink, that's pretty deep. And you'll be grabbing it just by the lid, pulling it out, that spills. Put that in there, it's gonna raise it up. Hopefully you're not just grabbing it by the lid. 12-volt outlet, charging. We have a little bit of storage ahead of this. And then of course we've got a soft touch armrest. Lots of storage in there. There's a place to run cords out of. No power points in there, but if you have a power bank or something, it's handy for that. Up top, we've got SOS and Concierge/Roadside. That's part of your 3-year trial to the My Subaru connected services you get with most new Subarus. We've got our map lights, we have our sunroof controls, our door switch. So when it's set to door, if I open a door, lights turn on. Got this band, put your sunglasses, arms through it, vanity mirror. And we have a extender on the sun visor, and you have that on the passenger side as well. So if the sun's directly at your left or right, it's perfect for that. So that is a quick look at the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness in the Alpine green. Most off-road oriented Crosstrek they make. 9.3 inches minimum ground clearance, 411 final drive diff ratio, more aggressive, you can climb steeper surfaces. 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine, and in an exclusive color. You of course have some different exterior claddings. You have a max tow capacity of 3,000 pounds when properly equipped. And on the inside, you get that amazing StarTex seating material. All in all, great looking vehicle, very, very popular, very, very capable. So thank you for sticking with me through this quick walkthrough of the 24 Crosstrek Wilderness. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this car behind me, any of the tech in it, any of the features, or any of the vehicles in our lineup, please put them in the comments below. Love hearing from you guys, love answering you guys' questions. If you're in British Columbia looking for a Subaru or willing to make the trip to British Columbia to pick up a Subaru, please reach out to me directly. I would love to help you find your perfect Subaru. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk soon.